Hey everyone, Coach Joe here with a pro tip on how to increase our thoracic mobility and our lower body stability. So what we're going to do today is a move called the slap shot. I'm going to be using something called stick mobility. But for this move here, if you have a broomstick or a nice long wooden dowel, you can use that as well. A PVC pipe can work too. And so what we're going to do here is we are going to get into this move, and it's all about working on engaging our body and how can we engage our body to help us increase our mobility. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to get our stick, and from here you're going to put it on the low part of your back. Now, what I want you to do from here is I want you to reach out as long as you can go here, really stretch out. You may even feel a little stretch in your arms and across your chest a little bit. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get into a nice wide stance, okay? Very, very wide. Make sure that your knees are not diving in. I really want you to focus on getting those knees nice and wide, okay? So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to hinge in until you get that nice hamstring stretch. So anytime we do a hinge, your back is nice and flat, your butt sticks back, and we are engaged in that lower body. So one thing that I want you to understand before we get going into the rotation here is how to engage your upper body while we're going through this move. And what we're going to do is we're going to think about elongating this stick by trying to make it longer. Even though your hands aren't going to move anywhere, you're really going to try and pull the stick apart to make it longer. Also, we're going to pull the stick in to try and shorten it. And that's really going to turn on your back muscles. You're really going to feel your shoulder blades really working there. So something that I want you to practice before you get into this rotation. So we're in the hinge here, and what you're going to do, really trying to keep your lower body nice and stable, we're going to tilt one part of that stick as down to the ground, and you're going to rotate as much as you can. Now, really try and focus on using and stabilizing that lower body so we don't get any rotation or any movement within the hips or the knees. So once you're here, we're tacked down into the ground. You got a nice big stretch in this opposite side chest here, big rotation going on. I want you now to elongate the stick. So I am pulling the stick apart. I'm going to do it for about 3 seconds here. You're going to feel some muscle groups turn on. Then we're going to shorten the stick. Okay, so your hands aren't moving anywhere. This is called an isometric hold, where we're contracting but not moving. And then once you get done with that, then we're going to slide on out, extend up, and then we're going to do the other side. So hinge back in, nice stable low body, rotate, tack that side of the stick down. Once you feel like you're in a good stable position, we're going to elongate the stick, and then we're going to shorten the stick, really turning on those muscle groups in our back and our core to really help us get more mobility. We're going to slide out, we're going to unhinge. So that's one variation there. I think a great rep range to do 5 per side. Okay, so you're going to do 5 per side. Each time as you go into the rotation, you are going to try and push and push and push into a greater rotation, okay? Now, to bring in a little bit more work into the lower body, we're going to add a side lunge. This is just a little progressed version here, and all it is same motion, wide stance, hinge, and then you're going to rotate. And then as you are either pushing away from the stick or pulling the stick short, you are going to straighten one leg, bend the other leg, and sit down into a side lunge. So now this bent leg here is on, doing a ton of work. And then you're going to come up back to square, stand up, and then we're going to do the other side. Hinge in, rotate as much as you can, keeping that lower body nice and stable. Activate your back, really try and open up that chest as much as you can. And then you're going to sit into that opposite side lunge right there. Lots of work happening in the lower body. Back to square and up and out. Okay, so a great move to help engage your body and specifically your thoracic spine to get more mobility. So what we did was we added some stability within the hips, some activation and stability within your core, and that ultimately is going to help you increase your mobility. I hope this helps. Give it a try.